Hi, Slim and Well Vegan here, Nikki. Um, Another video this week. I thought I'd do 5 reasons why I loved Slimming World, the group and the actual diet plan as well. Because obviously I don't hate it, otherwise I wouldn't still be doing it. I wouldn't still be following it. So yeah, I've got five reasons. They're not in any, there's no real order for them. So there's not like worst to last or anything like that. So there's just 5 of them. It took me a little while to get 5, but I've actually been organised and written them down and everything this time. So yeah, 5 reasons. Just to say sorry about the banging and the noise. I hope it's not too bad. But yeah, it's just we're having some gates put in on the side of the house, and obviously it reverberates through the whole house. So yeah, the first reason I was going to talk about was the group. And obviously I don't go to a physical group anymore, an online group or anything like that, but there was nothing wrong with the groups. I don't know why they changed the format. I'm not going to go into that because luckily it doesn't affect me anymore. But I felt like it worked. It was nice, it was friendly, there was lots of chatter. People swapped recipes, people commented on what other people had done and said. It was just nice and friendly. And I never felt, all the groups I've been to over the years, I've never felt awkward at, or I never felt like I had an unfriendly welcome there. It's all been really lovely, and I feel like people understand, because everybody, even though we're in the same boat, but we're not. So like we're all there to lose weight, we're all there to get healthier. Some people have got a stone to lose, some people have got 5 stone or 8 stone like me. So some people have got lots to lose and some people have got only a little bit to lose, but it doesn't matter because everybody brings something there. People that are sitting there at Target are really great at like talking about how they got to Target and then how they're staying at Target. People that have only got a little bit to lose are really helpful because they're obviously not, they haven't been really overweight, so they can sort of give you an insight as to how they eat to not put on loads and loads of weight. I find it really interesting sometimes talking to naturally slim people as well, just because like it's so different. And like I talk to them and they're like, oh yeah, I eat all of this and all of this. I'm like, oh, I feel like I've only got to look at something and I put on weight. So yeah, it's quite interesting. I think it's quite, the groups that I've been to, apart from the most recent group that I've been to, but the groups before were really diverse, which I really liked. We had quite a few men in the groups, we had quite a few different cultures in the group, and I think that really like makes it, because it reflects real life. So yeah, I feel like that would be my number one would be the people, the social aspect of it, the going to group and getting out of the house and going and speaking to other people. The second one, I suppose this one is quite important to me, is the actual diet itself, the actual diet plan. I just find the whole not weighing things is amazing. Like not weighing my carbs, not weighing my potatoes, not weighing my rice, pasta, all of that. Not having to have, you think about portion sizes, but you don't think about the actual weight of it. And I really like that. That really helped me, especially as the fact that like, because I'm vegan, like most of my stuff is like, my food revolves around speed, my meals revolve around speed food and carbs. So it's really good to be able to not have to wait. Obviously with rice and pasta and potatoes and things like that, you can't have it unlimited. You still have to think about your portion sizes. And I wouldn't have it, I know for certain, if I have, say, pasta and I make a big dish of pasta and I have it for lunch and dinner like 3 or 4 days in a row, I am going to put on weight. I know it. It'll come off quite quickly afterwards, but I know, like, if I do it like 4 days before a weigh-in, I know I'm going to put on weight. The third one would be the fact that the diet plan is so simple. Like, I like that whole split your plate into 3, think about your protein, think about your carbs, think about your speed. I really like that, and I use that all the time. That is something that's in my head all the time. I have smaller plates now. We went out and well, we didn't go out. We got rid of all our big plates that we used to have, and my mother-in-law, bless her, she gave me these wonderful like pink and white willow pattern plates, which are like, well, they're from the 1930s, so like that's when people didn't have massive portions, so they were a good portion size. So they're quite sort of, they're about that round. They're not very big at all. So it means like it's quite a big, like fist-sized portion of protein, fist-sized portion of carbs, and a fist-sized portion of speed, and it works out really well on the plate. And I think that's helped, and I think that whole the whole diet for Slimming World, of it being so simple and so easy to follow, and thank goodness they got rid of red, green and flexi days. Oh, that was just, when I first started, when they were doing that, that was yeah, that was really tricky. You get it, but it took a while to get it. So yeah, I like the simplicity of it. The fourth thing I like is when they talk about they include exercise as part of the plan, and I really like that. A lot of diets, I've been on a few others before, don't really put any emphasis on exercise at all. So I like that they do. I mean, obviously they call it body magic, which makes me cringe every time I think about it. I don't know why, it just feels a bit cringy, but yeah. So they call it body magic, but it still feels quite good that they're actually talking about it. They're very clear that it's an added bonus. It's not just, so like you can't just exercise and lose weight, because you're never going to out exercise a bad diet. It's just not going to happen. So I like the fact that they do that. Plus it's really inclusive, because a lot of people can't do the kind of exercise that you would naturally think of, like cardio and things like that. A lot of people can't do that, or don't do that, or won't do that. So it means that like you actually still have that opportunity, and it's really clear that you can still lose weight without exercising, and I do like that. But I like the fact that they include it, because for me it's a big part of my life. I do a lot of exercise, which is obviously I am a point in case that you cannot out exercise a bad diet, because the amount of walking and swimming and cycling and the strength training and all the different things that I've done over the years, and I still have been overweight. So it just shows you can't out exercise a bad diet. So I do like that they include it as being important, but not essential. And the last one for me, so this is the one that I miss the most out of everything, of not going to group and not being there, is the paper resources that you get through group. Obviously the recipe books are pretty good. They're not terrible. They're I got rid of all my, when we went vegan, because when I first was Slimming World years and years ago, back in the 90s, I wasn't vegan, so I had all the Slimming World books. I had all the points books, the sins books. I had everything, and I had a massive clear out when we went vegan, and just got rid of everything that I know I'm not going to probably use. Even though there's lots of ones you can veganize anything. And then when obviously Slimming World went a bit more digital, you could get them all online. So there's no point in clogging up my shelves with recipe books. So the only Slimming World recipe book I've got is the Vava Vegan one, which actually isn't bad. I'm pretty impressed. I mean, I would definitely zhuzh it up, each recipe up a little bit more with spices and things, but no, it's pretty good. It gives you some really nice ideas for meals. So the recipe books I think are good. I think the magazine is pretty good. I used to like reading the success stories in the magazine. Yeah, I thought that was pretty good. The food diaries, oh, I loved using the food diaries. I don't know why, I loved having a paper diary. It was just, yeah. And I like the feedback. So like you would have consultant, bless her, she would write on them and she would say things like, are you feeling full? Are you feeling full? Use some protein to fill you up, because obviously she was looking at my diary and going, she's not eating enough protein. And then if I was, then she would say, oh, that looks like you've eaten a lot of protein this week. And so yeah, I liked those. And obviously everybody likes a sticker, everybody likes a certificate, and yeah, I miss certificates and stickers. I have to admit, I am still thinking about using my Cricut to make some stickers for myself, and maybe like a weight loss chart with that I can do a stamp or put stickers on or something to say each pound that I've lost. I just haven't got that yet. Haven't got around to doing it, but yeah, I do miss those, and I thought they were quite good. I think all the paper resources that they provide are really, really good. I still don't know whether it justifies the cost you pay a week, but yeah, I quite enjoyed all of those. But yeah, so that's it. That's my 5 things that I loved about Slimming World, and that I still love about Slimming World, or that I loved and miss. So yeah, let me know what you think. Hopefully this is a much shorter video, fingers crossed. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. And what do you miss? Do you miss anything different? Or are you still going and you couldn't be without certain things? But yeah, let me know. See you.